Hello from all of us at Florida Pro VoiceWorks. We know that returning to work during this COVID-19 pandemic has left most of you with questions about how you'll do your job with all the extra personal protective equipment you'll wear. So today's video I have set up to do some testing on the original voice profile that I recorded. So that's what you also have in your office from your original one from training, with a bunch of extra gear on and some options for how you can wear it. I'm going to show you a particular order that I like to put things on and take off to make it a little bit easier. Plus, I'll show you how you could also possibly wear it with the headset around your neck if you have too much gear. But remember, the protective equipment that I have here today may not be exactly what you have in your office. So this is just an example, a little guidance to give you. You may have different equipment and may alter things a little bit. All right, let's get started. So I find that the best thing to do is put your masks on first. Now some of you may have an N95 level 3. I've heard some offices might use the N95 more than once, so they're gonna have a surgical mask on top. So I'm going for the thickest possible solution here so we can make sure it works. So we've got our N95. Don't forget you've got 2 loops for that one. And then your top one. Okay, so we're going to do that one first. Should be pretty tight fitting, and they are. A little bit harder to breathe under, so you may be breathing a little heavier. I'll breathe heavy when I'm testing to make sure there's no issues. And then we're just going to put a surgical mask on top of that. Next, I like to put my loops on because I got the croquis on the back as well. So we're going to put those on. And then I'm going to tell you a little secret about those of us that wear ponytails to work. Now, some of you may have headgear on as well, head coverings. But I used to wear a fairly high ponytail. You're going to need to probably lower that with a lot of the gear now, especially if your headband goes all the way around on your shields. So I've got my mask, I've got my loops on. Next will be the headset. Now, you're just going to put it on like you normally do. You may have to bend this out a little bit to get some more clearance. Typically, we recommend 2 finger widths. With the shields, we're going to test it at about a good thumb width. We definitely want to make sure there's nothing touching on here. The last thing we're going to do is put the shield on, and I've just got a simple foam shield with the wraparound. I found it's best to hold this in place on my forehead as I pull this over so I don't knock off the headset. Okay, so I'm all geared up and we're ready to test it. Now, in real life, before you go to your patient, the very last thing you want to do is put your gloves on. So you want to make sure you don't put these on until you're geared up because you're going to be touching your hair and different things and you don't want your gloves dirty. So lastly, gloves. I've got my monitor turned here. Hopefully it'll show okay on the video. And let's give it a trial run. Start listening. Remove third molars. Jump to 28. Jump to 28.
Lower arch.
Missing.
Missing.
Jump to 2 buckle.
Upper arch.
3, 2, 3.
3, 2, 3.
Crown. Crown.
Crown.
Interproximal bleeding.
Interproximal bleeding.
2, 2, 2.
2, 2, 2.
Implant.
Implant.
Mesial bleeding.
Bleeding.
2, 1, 2.
2,
Facial
1, 2.
recession 2. Distal bleeding.
Bleeding.
Next. Missing.
Missing.
Next. 3, 2, 3.
3, 2, 3.
Warning on. 4, 3, 5.
Caution. 4, 3. Treatment needed.
Half
5.
tooth bleeding.
Half tooth bleeding.
Stop listening. Okay, so as you can see, it works pretty well with all this gear on. The next thing would be, how am I going to get my headset off when I'm done? Now, if you have the same type of headband that I have, or a shield that wraps around, I have it over the headband of the mic. I'm probably just going to leave this headset on for the remainder of the appointment. If you've got a different style and you want to go ahead and take your headset off, then that's fine. Or if you weren't wearing your shield yet, you could take your headset off and then put your shield on before you begin to clean their teeth. Now, There are some options we can talk about if this is too much gear. So let me take this off first. And what I'm gonna try is laying this around my neck and then putting my shield on, or vice versa. You could have your shield on and then slip this around. You just wanna make sure it's underneath the shield and facing up. So let's give this one a try. Start listening. 3, 2, 3.
3, 3.
Undo 2. 3, 2, 3.
3, 2, 3.
Interproximal bleeding.
Interproximal bleeding.
2, 2, 2.
Midline. 2, 2.
Half tooth bleeding.
Half tooth bleeding.
Gingivitis.
Caution. 4, 3. Caution. 4.
Normal.
3, 2, 3.
1, 1, 1.
1, 1, 1.
2, 2, 2.
2, 2, 2.
Generalized interproximal bleeding.
Generalized interproximal bleeding.
Stop listening. So that's going to be another option if you have too much gear on, is to try just looping your microphone around your neck or your headset and just slide it up underneath the base of the shield. The shields tend to lean out a little more at the bottom. That may give you a little more room and be more comfortable as well. So that'll be a second option for you, is to wear it around your neck, and then you can easily slide that off when you're done and set it aside. And then we can take our shield off, and then your glasses, and lastly your masks. So yes, it's going to be a challenge to wear all of this stuff. It is kind of warm under here. It did make me breathe a little bit heavier, but it still seems to work fairly well. So when you get back to the office, those are some options that will help guide you in how to wear the headset and use it properly. Please don't hesitate to let us know if you're having any problems. You have your live support icon, which is the little orange life ring in the software to get you to a live technician between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern. You can also call live support at 877-357-7623, extension 3, or for training, extension 2, or you can email me at gina@floridaprobe.com. We hope this helps, and we want you to stay safe and healthy out there. Thanks again for all you do.